Thank you. I am here with an urgent message regarding the health of the world. The world's health needs the movement now. We need every one of you to be as assertive, as engaged as we possibly can, because we have a very real problem that is getting very worse. I saw this quote from Ilchi Lee, and it touched my heart. As we realize our innate divine potential, we become one with the essence of the universe and one with creativity, peace, and love. The key words for me there are our innate divine potential. The idea from a health point of view that each and every one of us can live to maximize the total amount of our healthiness so that our lives are enriched and that we can live long and productive and contributing lives. Isn't that a beautiful vision? It touched me because I'm a physician who I was very lucky early in my career to be in touch with my compassion, my sense of understanding that I have a responsibility to promote health, to prevent disease, and to help optimal healing when a disease occurs. Ilchi Lee, I was so pleased to read, understands and wants you to understand compassion. He wants you to understand compassion. I wake up every morning and every mealtime and I say a prayer of compassion, and my prayer very much is similar to what we call compassion is an attitude that contributes to healing the hurts and relieving the suffering of ourselves. And can you think of any other mission more noble in life than to relieve, and in my case, to prevent suffering and premature death? That's what this agenda is about, but it makes me very sad, and it ought to make you cry, to realize that millions of people around the world now are dying from diseases that they don't need to die from, that human misery and suffering that could have been prevented is now rampant. The world needs this movement. This is what causes it. It used to be in the old days that what most people died from was infectious disease. And no matter how wealthy or poor the country, diseases that were infectious because of either the bad water, bad food, whether it's because of mosquitoes and other insects, or whether it is transmission of disease from human to human, we were suffering from infectious disease, and now non-infectious disease, non-communicable disease is taking over. These are a different set of diseases that are diseases that have to do with how we live our lives. Just look at these numbers. Diseases of the heart and blood vessels now account for 17.5 million deaths a year. Cancers, 8.2. Lung disease, 4 million deaths. Diabetes, 1.5. 82% of all the non-infectious deaths now are from these disorders, and those disorders are overtaking the old ones of infectious disease. Do you understand? And this is what's the point. The point is that these diseases are not from some magical cause. These are not from outside of our control. They are diseases of the choices that we make, the chances that we take. That's what's at stake. And that's what we have to now fight against. Why is it that they occur? Well, it's because we make dumb decisions. Tobacco. Anybody in this room know people that smoke tobacco? Just think about it. 6 million deaths a year from tobacco. Now, I know no one in here. And I do not want you to raise your hand if you are one. But you will see me over there in the corner when we are over if you are one of the people still smoking tobacco. Do you understand? We must cure you today. We will cure you today. Do you know anyone that's not physically active? Do you know anybody that eats a crummy diet? We have work to do. So here's the hard part. In our modern age, it's increasingly difficult for people to take the steps necessary to be able to make right decisions. There are too many distractions. It's too easy to make the wrong decision. We don't make it easy to make the right decision. We don't make the right decision the easy decision. And so we have to find a way to turn people on. For 40 years, I have been working to try to help people make better choices, to activate themselves, to empower themselves to do right. And it is very difficult. Why? Because one first reason, we don't value ourselves. We in this world do not love ourselves. As Ilchi Lee has been saying to us, we must get to a place where we in our mind believe in our what? Divine potential. We believe in our divine potential. That is what we have to start to do. As Ilchi Lee has said, each of us has this bone-deep desire, bone-deep, to understand the meaning of our lives. When you think about it, this desire to give your life meaning and a sense of purpose is what makes you human. And so as a physician, I need your help to be part of this Earth Citizens movement to unlock that bone-deep desire. And so once we connect with the higher purpose, we got to go beyond just higher purpose. You got to know what to do. You got to have some knowledge. You got to have some skills, some techniques. And that's why I'm so excited by brain education, because I've used these tools and I understand that they work. In my own journey for health, I understand brain sensitization and brain versatizing and brain refreshing and brain integrating and brain master. I understand that those things work. And we have to spread those things, and now belly button healing, and we have to spread these techniques everywhere. When I use those techniques, three things happen to me. Number one, my body gets strong and flexible to give me the best chance to optimize my fullest healthiness. When I use those techniques, my body gets rid of negative images that keep me from being empowered to make the right decisions. The second thing that happens, I connect my energy to the divine universe of all energy, giving me the ability to sustain my work in my personal mission. And the third thing that I get is the most important, a connection to the spiritual, a connection to the divine, a sense that my life is much bigger than just this body. And then I really want to go back to the gym and do my work and do my techniques. And so I end with this. This is the picture that I started with, and it's a picture I took. This is part of my brain visualizing. And what it tells me is that the definition of healthiness in the world is not the absence of disease. It is the mental, physical, and spiritual well-being of a person. This is my spiritual visualization as I stand between heaven and the earth and the energy that flows all through me. Young people, old people, middle people, we have an awful lot of work to do. There is too much pain, there is too much misery, and there is too much suffering. The Earth Citizens movement must be unleashed today on behalf of the health of the world. And I'm pledged to Ilchi Lee and others that with all these other scientists, we're going to continue to study the science of this so that we can promulgate this everywhere. And you come back here next year and we tell you about the progress that we started. Are you ready to work? Yes!